Let's do my makeup while we talk about why I'm here. I want to be the type of creator who you can put on your TV, on your phone, and just do something else. Creators, and that's the type of person I want to be. Someone who, when someone sees my videos, they're happy. They're just like excited. It's like, oh, our show is on. And even when I didn't really know where it was going to take me, this was something that I've just always been doing. Night shifts, really dreary time in my life. I want to talk about it. And I was like, I don't wonder if the light is too harsh, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, hi, my name is Philippa. I think this is the first time I'm introducing myself. If you watch my other videos, the first 3 videos that I posted, they were a really quick, short intro into my favorites of 2025. I think they were really non-introductory, meaning you couldn't really get or know who I was from those videos. So I thought maybe it would be nice to just come here. And while I do my makeup, I was like, why don't I just talk to you? I should start from telling you what I'm here to do as a creator. I believe my desire is to create a community, or to gather a community here that likes me for me and, would be happy and excited to watch and learn with me, would just experience being online together. That is my goal right now. How this would change in the future, or how things would turn out at the end of the day, years from now, I don't know. And I can't say. But honestly, that's my goal right now. And I've been thinking about it. I'm like, do I want to sustain myself totally financially, totally off of social media? And I honestly don't. I mean, it would be nice, and I'm not going to lie, if it does happen, being able to get brand deals and stuff like that, it would definitely help you. But I really had to ask myself, is that what I want? And I was thinking I would still like to have my 9 to 5 or like something outside shit. I forgot to use a primer. Do we just continue? Let's just continue. So I was asking myself, if one day TikTok, for example, doesn't pay you for your views anymore, would I still want to do content creation? And the answer was honestly yes for me. Now, I believe that I've always wanted to be a creator in one way or form, which is nothing new. It's not like a unique experience or a unique thought. But I feel like for me personally, it's always just been like, when I was growing up, I didn't see people or have any example in my life of people actually being online. Quite honestly, I see people now who are like, have been online since I was 11, 12, and at that age I didn't even know that it was a possibility for me to be on TikTok or something like. And that's not just because I grew up in Africa. I believe it's just more or less mentality. People didn't really see it as something to do. I remember being at home and just watching like dance videos from this creator. I feel like I'll try to remember his name and put it up on screen, and I would follow the dances, and I used to tell myself, oh god, how fun would it be if I could just find a dance school to go and dance with them. But even something as simple as that, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I was like, I would have to ask my parents. They wouldn't agree because they would feel like it's taking away time from my studies. They'll probably have to pay for me to go to the dance school. Somebody will probably have to take me there. That was how dependent I was on my parents for every single thing. So really, while I was in my parents' house, I couldn't do anything. And even to film, I would need like a phone to film, like at least a phone with a good camera. And I was using a hand-me-down phone. I was watching all these videos on like my hand-me-down old model phone. I can't even really remember what model of a phone it was. Just filming and being a creator in general was not possible for me, even if it was something that I was secretly yearning for in my heart. The first time I was able to get the opportunity to actually be a creator was after I left high school. So I did high school in my home country and with my parents, in my parents' house, still dependent on them. After I left high school and I went to uni, at that point in time I didn't even have an iPhone. I bought my first iPhone in the year 2023. Yes, when I moved to this country. Surprise, surprise. So all this while I was like, I feel like from 2019 or from 2020, that was when I actually started trying to put myself out there as a creator. And that was when I was in my first hostel as a first year university student. I feel like that was the first time I was really free to start doing content. And I remember my room was so small. I was sharing it with 2 other people. It was like a really tiny cubicle, but I would move away everything that was like untidy out of the view and just try to make videos. I really wish I've tried to find those videos because I privated all of them and stopped using the old account I was using. I feel like it didn't take off. I wasn't good at doing content then, and I also didn't say in the long run to learn and see how things would go. But what I'm trying to say is this is something that I feel like I've always done, even when I had nothing, and even when I was at my lowest, and even when I didn't have an example, and even when I didn't really know where it was going to take me. This was something that I've just always been doing. I'm not trying to say like, oh, this is the reason why you should follow me, or oh, this is the reason why I'm the creator who needs to have a chance to be the creator. No, it's not like a special or unique experience different from millions of other people out there. However, it's still unique to me because it's my experience. You get what I mean? Yeah, and then the war happened and I moved to Hungary. And I remember I was living in a hostel then, and I wasn't going to school because, I had stopped school. I didn't know what I was going to do in my life. I had like the worst acne breakouts, whether it was because of the stress, I don't really know. I had to support myself for the first time in my life on my own. So start working. I was doing like night shifts, really dreary time in my life. I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, how old? 19, 20 at this point. And I was still making videos. With my acne scarred, like I really had serious issues going on at this time, but sometimes I would just sit down and pick up the camera and try to make a video. And so when I finally decided last year that I wanted to take this content thing seriously, I had to sit down and ask myself, why am I trying to do it? Because I can really get distracted with the brand deals or like the fame or the creator events. I don't even know if we have something like that here. I feel like all of those things are really concentrated in the US. I had to ask myself, why was I still doing it? And I feel like I believe maybe I went back to look at like the old archives of what I used to do before and when I started doing anything relatively creative. And I realized that I had always wanted to do this. And so that's why I decided to take it seriously now. Okay, that's all about that. And I remember recently I was talking to my friend. She watched one of my videos. I actually kept it secret from everybody in my family. She finally watched one of my videos and she was telling me that she didn't want me to talk quickly because I was feeling this pressure of being quick with the things I was saying, like talking really fast and making sure that, people are getting as much information jam-packed into every single second or minute. But she was like, she prefers the way I talk in real life, which is quite meticulous in a way, I guess. I like to think of the things that I want to say before I say them. And yeah, she was like, it would be really fun if I could keep talking like that. And then we talked about it and I realized I want to be the type of creator who you can put on your TV, on your phone, and just do something else. Take me along with you when you're doing your laundry. Take me along with you when you're, not when you're trying to study, okay, focus. But like, take me along with you when you're doing other things. And while you might be thinking, oh, well, that's just going to be useful for you because you're going to get views. Yes, that's going to be useful for me to get the views. But I feel like the creators that I really love, I like to play them on repeat and just like binge all their content. And I really feel like an affinity with these creators. And that's the type of person I want to be. Someone who, when someone sees my videos, they're happy. They're just like excited. It's like, oh, our show is on. I feel like that's what I want from this whole experience. I don't know how this is going to go. It's really scary putting myself out there and also talking to the screen because, to be honest, I am a prideful person and sometimes I fear that it might stop me from experiencing things that I need to experience. I don't know if I'll necessarily say I'm a prideful person, but there's just certain things that I don't feel like I can do, certain ways that I don't feel like I can carry myself. It would be so unnatural to me and it would make me so uncomfortable and unhappy to carry myself like that. One example, there are different types of contents that I know that will do well, kind of like clickbaity contents or follow. And I know this type of contents do well, and it's probably gotten them like a couple more followers from just posting something like that. And this is not to like shame anybody because you never know the future. I don't know, I might give in to temptation and do it one day. I'm just saying, like, I see lots of other type of contents like that I feel like would really do well and get me new followers. But I don't want to get followers because people are pitying me. I don't want to get followers because of a moment of insanity and people are like, oh yeah, let's just follow and support, but then they don't really know anything about what I'm doing or what I'm saying. I want people that are there and building it up with me little by little, and they understand what I'm saying, and like we understand each other and we have an affinity to the same things, we like the same things. Those are the type of people that I want to be around, so to say. And I guess in this sense, you could also put it back to what I was saying before, that I have too much of an ego, or I'm too proud to, just do something like that. Maybe. And you know what? I wouldn't really say no, that I'm not proud, but I don't know. I just guess that's me. It's just some things that I wouldn't really feel comfortable personally doing. Yeah, but what I was trying to say is, oh shit. Oh, sorry, we don't cuss here, just in case they're children. Oh, shoot. So what am I going to be doing here? I'm going to be posting things that I guess I am excited about or things that I feel are helpful. And my life really, just like everybody else's life, has different facets to it. So I'm not really sure what I can really put out there. Recently, I started my content off of books and perfumes. At the beginning when I started, at the beginning of last year when I was really getting into investing, I posted some contents about money and stuff like that. And those contents, they did really well. Matter of fact, they do way better than than any of the book or perfume contents that I've posted. But I don't know, I feel really self-conscious about that because when it comes to money, to me, I feel like you have to be transparent. And so that means if I start posting financial content, I have to be really transparent about what I earn, and it's not just something that I'm comfortable with doing right now. I really do appreciate creators who do that. Maybe it's something that I'll aspire to do in the future. But right now, at this moment, it's not necessarily something I'm comfortable with doing, and I feel like it wouldn't be honest for me to then start doing money content heavily if I'm not, mentally ready or at that point yet. So most of what you're going to see now is going to be shit. Oh goodness, I'm doing my makeup with so many different wrong steps. I forgot this. Goodness, Philippa. So most of what you're going to see now is book contents, a few day in the lives, but not really. Kind of find it hard to do a full day in the life video. Maybe like because you usually have to do voiceovers with those, and I'm not good with voiceovers. It's like I dread it honestly, but I should get over it. And just really cute things. I want it to be like a really warm hug, and I feel like I'm going to do some thought pieces too. It's really blowing up right now, and I feel like I'm getting thought piece fatigue, where it's like every single person has a thought and an opinion about something, but I still feel like as a person in general, there's still something that I have in me that might not necessarily be unique to talk about, but it will be my own point of view. So like a different angle to it. One tip. I don't know if that's how the makeup girls do it, but I don't really care right now. If when I put too much blush on my face, I kind of go in with a foundation and just cover the sides like it was never there. I'm trying to learn how to do my makeup this year, so be patient. I believe my camera cut, but let's continue with the stuff. I just like everybody else, I'm worried. Well, not necessarily worried, but I do think of it and it's like a really dreadful thought to think about because I'm like, what if all my friends from school find my channel and they watch my videos? What if people I don't know who are not necessarily nice start analyzing and making fun of my videos? And all in all, I really wouldn't mind because as long as they're doing it where they're doing it, I don't really care about it, because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Let's put it in a different way. What I don't know doesn't hurt me, you get. But I feel like it's something I have to overcome. And while I'm saying that, aside from putting myself out there, I feel like I'm also overcoming some of the obstacles that I've been facing since I always wanted to be a creator, but I felt like there was never any point in time where I had everything perfectly put down. Even right now, I don't like my apartment. I want to move out of here. So there are just different things that make me feel like I'm not ready yet, but I'm trying to overcome them. I don't think I would be a really, really share kind of person. I will share things. I wouldn't share really personal stuff. And I think the really personal stuff are things that you guys really don't need, and you don't need me to offload or burden you with those things. But in knowing me, knowing my character, knowing me as a person and as a friend, I feel like we'll be able to do that. Anyway, my makeup is not completely done yet. Okay, now imagine the other one doesn't go like this. I'll just wear it and pretend like it does. I don't know if they match. I don't think they match. Am I bothered about that? I don't think it's that noticeable, so. Oh, shit. The last cutie. I believe I've touched ground on everything, or like touched base on everything that I wanted to talk about. Anything else that I haven't been able to say, you know, can always tell you another time. That has been that for today. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment on just what you're thinking in general. I wouldn't say what you're thinking of me, because I don't want to start asking for opinions on myself, and I'm, you know, not open for opinions on myself in this particular context. Yeah, but just whatever you're thinking, whatever you would like to share with me, you know, I would also take, I guess, anything you think I can improve. That has been all. You be safe, be happy, and until we see you again, bye. Check out another video.